Hello and welcome to my Node-RED automated vivarium. I'm going to go through what I've done quickly. I'm not going to go into too much detail because everything that I've done on here is the information is all online. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help where I can, but I'm not promising anything because this is the first time I've used it myself. And a lot of this was all just trial and error and playing around more than anything. So to start off, we've got an inject node, which is our starting point, and that'll inject a timestamp every 30 seconds over to two different things. One being our system information, and the other being a BME 280 biometric temperature sensor. So that does temperature, humidity, and pressure. It's quite good. It's better than the DHT22s because I just found it works a much better and it's smaller as well, so it fits into my vivarium a lot better. These are just links to different areas of Node-RED, so you can link them to all sorts of different things. For this one, I've just got it linked back over to here just to keep everything on one screen so it's not stretched for miles in one direction. This will take the temperature, humidity, and pressure and set the decimal place to 2, because normally when it comes out it's got about 6 or 7 decimal places, which is just more information than needed, if not more in fact. But we only need 2. These pull out the temperature and humidity from the BME 280 sensor and send it off to gauges and charts, also to temperature alerts. The temperature alert has a limit of 1 message per hour, because if the temperature got too high or too low, it would send me a message every 30 seconds, which was just too much. So just 1 message every hour is enough, I thought. And that'll send it over to my email address so I can read it anywhere I am and potentially do something about whatever's the problem is. And the humidity gets taken down here and gets split up. So we've got, if it's below or equal to 75, it'll go out the first part of the node. Above or equal to 90 or equal to 100, it will go to the second node. And if it's below or equal to 90, it'll go to the third node. And these again just go to links to different parts of the Node-RED pages. So next we'll go over to manual control. Right. This is my kill switch, and this will kill everything. It's on the dashboard, so it'll just turn all power off to the tank. So I can do that pretty much anywhere, which is quite nice, handy if something goes wrong. These are big timers by Peter Scargill, and they are absolutely brilliant for automation. I have 5 of them because I've got 5 relays being controlled from this, and these control my light cycle, which is light on, and they fade in over half an hour and then light off, at night time. So I've got a day and night cycle, and again all the lights fade in over half an hour and fade off over half an hour, so it's really nice to watch. And then down here I've got the information going to another set of 240 volt relays, which I can set up at any time. I can change the names and what I've got on them at any point, and they're again really easy to use, all on the dashboard. All these are. Over to vent control. So this is on the top of my vivarium. I'm going to have a vent which will open and close when the fans come on and off to allow fresh air into the tank and keep the air circulated. And this is all that's controlling it. When it gets a message in, it'll either open or close the vent and forward and reverse the pump. So the vent is controlled by a pump which will pump water up to it and open the vent, and then when it closes it will suck the water out to close the vent. Over to the fan timer control, because I want the fan to be automated as well, so it's going to come on every so often. The next ones are going to come on in 4 minutes, and then that'll open the vent, let the fresh air in, etc. HTTP requests. These are all to do with my Google Home. So if I say, okay, turn the Mist King on, it'll do it. Or turn the fans on, it'll do it. So again, I don't even have to open up any pages. I can do it all by my voice using this. This isn't needed, but it's something I wanted. And again, I was learning, so quite handy. And here's the important part. And I say it's important because without this, none of this would work. This is the garbage disposal. So every time the Raspberry Pi gets full of information, normally it would just store it until it crashes, which it was doing. It was storing all the information and just running out of space and then just crashing, and that would happen over one night. This allows it to work continuously. So very useful, very handy, and it's just called garbage disposal basically. And this you can find online. This was downloaded from someone else's, so I can't really tell you how to put this together. Again, you can download it. This is all on the Raspberry Pi, so it's not actually taking up any space on my PC. An operating system, these are all operating systems, and to get these you just manage palette and you can install any node you want. So I can look for so you'd want dashboard, and then I can find the one I've installed. It'll show up. Yep, down here, Node-RED dashboard. I set dashboard nodes for Node-RED, and you just click on it, install it, and then you can start playing around with it. And now we'll go onto the dashboard so I can show you what that looks like. This is my dashboard. I'll go to the home page. As you can see, I've got temperature and humidity, and this will give me a reading over 1 hour of what the temperature and humidity is. At the minute, it's not in my tank, so that's why it's quite low. It would normally be about 80 to 90. Keep the humidity right, and the temperature would hopefully be a lot more stable than this. But as you can see, it's still only 22 degrees. It just looks a lot more fluctuating than what it actually is. Next we go to control. So that's my kill switch. I'm not going to click it now because I'm still running tests. I know it works. My daylights are going in and out now. So the first daylight's gone out. These control my fans, humidifier, Mist King, and my other 2 spare sockets, which I'll probably end up putting a water heater on one and maybe something else on the next. I'm not too sure. A pump probably. For a water feature, but I'm not 100% decided on that yet. And then these are my vent line to fill and empty for when I need to change water in my vent. That's that. And then over to system. This tells you how long it's been running for, uptime, host name, platform, and everything. And this is a garbage removal, so it's over an hour. It tells me how much memory I've used, and then when it's dumped the memory, and it usually stays around this area, so it will get up to 40 and then it will start deleting it, or just a bit over. And hopefully the memory usage should always stay roughly the same, because if the free memory goes to 0, as I said, the system will just not work. And that's my automated vivarium. I hope you like it. As I said, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Worst I can say is no, I don't know. Again, I'm completely new to it myself, and this is my first real project on Node-RED, and I hope you like it. Thank you.